I'm an adult. So today I'm going to talk about forgetting, because a friend of mine was telling me, hey, you still making those videos? And I was like, yeah, I'm still making these videos. Nobody watches them, but I'm still making them. She's like, well, you know what you should talk about? You should talk about forgetting. And I was like, forgetting? I'm like, forgetting. Yes, I forget all the time. I forget stuff. That's like my life. And I think that that is something very common with young adults and just people in general. We forget all the time. And for me, it's definitely been a problem. And I think what it comes down to is a few things. Because I always think it's really odd, the things you remember versus the things you don't remember. I'm like a personal IMDb. I'll remember episode titles of TV shows, and you could show me a clip of a movie and I'd be able to tell you what movie that is. I stored all this memory of all these shows and movies and stuff, but I still tend to forget, daily things that are told to me or I'm supposed to do, and I just forget to do them. And so how come do I remember this stuff and I forget that stuff? I truly think it's a matter of effort, because I think that what happens is my parent, like a lot of times, the things that I forget will be like my mom tells me to do something and it'll go through one ear and out the other, and she'll ask me later, did you do that thing? And I'll either say through three things. I'll say, oh, I don't remember you even telling me, or I do remember, but I kind of forgot, or like, oh, I totally remember you telling me, but I still forgot. And I think this could have been avoided if, like I look up, give eye contact, because I'm always like on the computer, on my phone, like I'm not looking at her when she tells me, and I'm just, I'm like, yeah, okay, yeah, okay, yeah, but you're not actually taking the information. And I think we just skip all these parts and we expect to remember stuff, but we forget to like process the information and kind of let it sit in our brain for a second, and then we can move on, and then it'll come back to us. Process you would go through studying for like a test that's like memorization. It's a matter, you would write it down, you would like intently listen when it's being told to you, take note of it, and then you do it. And I think that's the best way to remember. And also, one of other things with forgetting, like a lot of the time I lose things, like I'm, keys and cards and wallets and stuff, losing that type of stuff. It's a matter of two things. I think it's one, like we're always kind of in a rush, you're moving from place to place, and it's a moment of like stopping and being like, okay, I put that there, or I left that here, or do I have everything with me? Like when I was in school, I'd always be rushing out the door and then I would forget all my stuff. And as a joke, my friends put a sign on the door, Haley, don't forget like your wallet, your keys, your whatever. And it actually helped. Like it was stupid, it was a joke to make fun of me, but it actually was a good thing, because I would stop at the door and I would stop and I'd look down and I'd make sure I'd have everything before I left, which I wouldn't normally do because I would just be in such a rush. So it's a matter of stopping yourself and like looking and be like taking in your surroundings. I think it's this matter of like processing and being aware. Like I think people who are more self-aware don't forget as much. Like if you're like that's my problem. I'm kind of very in my own bubble a lot of the time. But if you actually kind of stop, look around, you're aware of like, I'm putting this here, you're telling me this thing, then I'm going to come back to that spot and pick that up, and I'm going to go back to you and I'm going to remember what you said. But if you're half-hearted, like if you're looking this direction, you're putting your keys down, and if you're looking this direction when you're being told something, you're not even processing that information in the first place. So if you don't process information in the first place, it's not going to come back to you later. It's not magic. The brain, it works if you use it. I think that's the key. The key is it has to work if you use it. So I do have a special song about forgetting. I don't know if you're ready for this.